Warning: this video is for entertainment purposes only and is presented as a fictional story. All names and characters shown are nicknames used to protect privacy. Any resemblance to real people or events is purely coincidental. The situations depicted are exaggerated and performed by trained professionals in a controlled storytelling context. Please, do not attempt to recreate, imitate, or participate in anything mentioned in this video. Viewers' discretion is advised. You've been warned. What's going on, guys? It's Delirious back with another video. Today I got another story time for us. Quite a sad one, but something that, we gotta look back on and reflect. Gotta face our fears and see if we learned a lesson or two. Anyway, sorry I missed last week's upload. Usually I'm every Tuesday, but it was so nice out last week and went to the beach and had a great time. Potentially another story time. However, going forward, I'll definitely pre-record videos for every Tuesday. Now let's get right into it. So this week's video is going to be on my fraternity at TCNJ, just slowly fizzling out and to be, non-existent today. So, to jump right into it, there's something weird about, watching a place die slowly. Not like in movies where everything, explodes and it's like action film. But, I mean, watching a house that used to be packed every weekend with parties, girls, boys, you name it, and now it's just empty. Watching group chats stop buzzing, watching brothers stop showing up, watching people who swore they'd always be around disappear after graduation. And somehow you don't even realize it's over until it already is. This is the story of how my fraternity at the College of New Jersey slowly collapsed right in front of us. And honestly, it kind of felt like watching my childhood end in real time. So it all starts freshman year. Me and my roommate Boyvin show up to college like every other freshman guy, completely clueless and trying to figure out where we belong. And at TCNJ, the fastest way to meet people was rushing fraternities. So every weekend we started going to these open parties, where fraternities would basically recruit freshmen by showing them the best possible version of their organization. They'd have like freshman girls and the freshman guys come there and see if they like the house, the brothers, and they'd end up joining that. And bro, every frat thought they were the frat, you know what I mean? Thought they were the best frat, SAE thought they were the best frat, Phi Tau thought they were the best frat, and Sigma Pi also thought they were the best frat. But we ended up, choosing Sigma Pi. And I still remember the exact reason why we stayed. It was because of these brothers Paisano and Brown. Now, all these seniors that we used to look up to back home were suddenly handing us beers in college. He was like, yo, seniors were like, yo, you gotta rush to this spot, bro, this is the place. And for some context, I ran track freshman year in high school. Paisano ran track for his senior year of high school. And, same scenario with Boyvin, it was lacrosse for them. So me and Boyvin were already boys from high school, so we already felt like everything naturally lined up at the time. It genuinely felt like we owned that place. Now, we started pledging here, and if you ever pledged a fraternity before, it's like imagine like voluntarily paying money to become a sleep-deprived intern with Stockholm syndrome. That was basically pledging. Most nights were just us getting smoked, hotboxed in the basement, and doing endless core workouts. Sit-ups, planks, wall sits, push-ups, you name it, we were doing it all. And it was always in that disgusting fraternity basement. You'd walk in and immediately smell the beer, sweat, and regret. The worst part was the schedule. Because every week we'd have to wake up an hour early, and the first thing in the morning was we'd go back to the house and clean up from the night before. We got that Fabulosa strapped up, mop, vacuum, garbage bags, you name it, we got it all. We'd be up till 3 or 4 in the morning hazing and come back to the house at 5 a.m. start cleaning. Meanwhile, the brothers are just casually walking around fully rested while we look like shell-shocked Civil War soldiers. Holy shit, I just butchered that. Yeah, we were just going through it at the time. And on the top of that, we had responsibilities too. Freshman year, we had all these orientations, getting used to the hang of classes, and it was just, hard pledging and doing this as soon as we stepped foot on school. On top of all of this, we had actual responsibilities too within the organization. We had to operate parties, pick up the girls, pick up the brothers, working security, running bar, driving brothers to the different parties and bars as well. We were basically unpaid Uber drivers with matching sweatshirts. But weirdly enough, the suffering made everyone else close. Literally, our whole pledge class got so close because we were suffering together. which kind of sounds ironic. When you're getting yelled at in the basement till 2 a.m. with the same people for months on end, those people end up becoming your family. And honestly, the second we did cross the bridge and got in, the entire script flipped. Suddenly, we were the brothers. We were the ones throwing the parties. We were the ones running the events. We were the ones that freshmen looked up to. And sophomore year honestly felt untouchable. We felt like kings. We went to these formals, these parties, these tailgates, random weekday nights that somehow became legendary. Poker nights, you name it, we did it all. We genuinely thought like we were gonna stay like that forever. And for a while it did. There's honestly no feeling like walking to your own packed party house with all your boys there. Every weekend, same time, same place. It was basically a guaranteed good time. But looking back now, that was probably the peak. We just didn't know it. Now the downfall started our sophomore year. And we realized that we graduated a ton of brothers, and once they left, the cracks started showing fast. The organization started shrinking. The national debt from our headquarters started piling up. And suddenly, the remaining brothers were getting slammed with insane dues because there weren't enough people to spread the cost around. So now, instead of joining the fraternity life, we were basically trying to financially keep the organization alive. And the worst part, a lot of the older guys who said they'd come back and help us out never did. So the people left holding all this debt and all this responsibility were guys like me, the King, Chrysler, and a handful of others still trying to keep afloat. And when the money gets tight, people start arguing over the smallest things. People stopped caring. The morale started dropping. Tiny disagreements suddenly became full-blown beefs within the whole organization, and you had to pick a side of who you liked more. And because while we were shrinking, new fraternities started popping up all over campus. So the same pool of freshmen was being split between way more organizations. Eventually, it got bad pretty quick. And keep in mind, we're just a fraternity too. There's also sports teams that we had to compete against. Our pledge class was 3 people. And then 2 of them dropped immediately. So now at least the one kid trying to survive an entire semester with a dying fraternity. That kid ended up being one of my closest friends though, and I still hang out with him to this day. For the video, we'll call him Kurtz. And honestly, looking back, him sticking around during that era was kind of insane. Now the final blow came around my junior year. Our chapter advisor passed away. He was like a really old guy. He was like 80 years old or something. There's only so much you can do around that time, and he still dedicated his whole life coming around to the house, catching up with us, and seeing how we were doing. That hit everyone really hard to the chest. Because he was one of the few people just still genuinely trying to keep everything together. And after that, the house situation completely collapsed because we lost the deed to the land. He sold it or had someone take it off his hands. They knocked down the house. We didn't have a party house anymore. Everybody had to move out. And once the party house was gone, that was basically, the KO. Because no matter what people say, fraternities need a house. You can't host parties. You can't recruit properly. You can't give freshmen that experience that makes them want to join in the first place. Everything that made the organization feel alive disappeared basically overnight. And slowly, Sigma Pi at TCNJ just kind of faded away. No dramatic movie ending, no giant final party, just people graduating, moving on year after year, until there was one person left. And eventually, everyone stopped talking in the group chats too. That's kind of the sad ending that really was a bittersweet way of leaving the fraternity and campus. And honestly, the weirdest part about college is that you think these places are permanent while you're in them. You think the parties will always happen every week. You think your house will always be there, and the boys will always be together. But one day you look around and suddenly everybody's gone. And even though the organization died, I can't even say I regret joining it. How was I supposed to know my freshman year that 3 years goes on, our chapter advisor dies, we lose the house, and everything goes crazy. Some of my memories that I'm so fond and I look upon, those came from that era. Sometimes I wonder if I spent 4 years fighting for something that was doomed to fall. But weirdly enough, the downfall also gave me the freedom. The freedom to explore different places, different locations like Philly, and hang out with different people that I never would have done with if I had to stick to my organization. And honestly, maybe Sigma Pi dying was a curse. Or maybe it forced us to finally grow up. To this day I still don't know. But I do know one thing. For a few years in Ewing, New Jersey, that house felt like the center of the universe. And I'll never forget it. Thanks guys for listening to Storytime. This was a little bit more of a somber one, but please be sure to like, subscribe, comment your fraternity stories, and if you also went to TCNJ during this era, let me know if you've heard of that fraternity, Sigma Pi. You already know some of these legendary story times are going to come from this era, so there's more videos to come soon. Alright, peace out, gang.